Hey there, friendos. As you can see, I'm already in the middle of cooking, so let's just get down to it, yeah? Today we're going to be making jambalaya, a southern classic with a bunch of different meats and some vegetables too. I don't know how to describe it. In my first episode, I made Vietnamese caramelized pork, which I've made multiple times before, but this is my second time making jambalaya, so it's pretty much going to be as new of an experience for you as it is for me. Hopefully I don't set the kitchen on fire, because that would be bad. I've pre-prepared most of the ingredients already because I'm sure you don't want to see me chop onions again or anything. I have to say though, the prep time did take me like an hour to an hour and a half, so if you're not like a super chef, you might want to get it done early. As usual, I'll link the recipe down in the description so you can check it out whenever you want to. I'll also try to avoid saying the recipe says too many times in this episode because I said it a lot last time. When I was editing the video, I realized that I said it more times than necessary. So let's look at the ingredients real quick, yeah? So for your ingredients, you're going to use 6 slices of bacon cut into 1-inch pieces. Those are roughly 1 inch. 1 cup of chopped celery. This was about 2 stalks for me. 1 green bell pepper, seeded and chopped. 1 onion, chopped. It doesn't specify what kind of onion, but I just used regular white onion. Half a pound of cubed cooked ham, which I was just cooking earlier. Half a pound of cubed cooked chicken. Half a pound of cubed smoked sausage. 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. I'm using diced, which is hopefully the same. If not, I can always just crush them. 2 cups of beef broth. 2 cups of chicken broth. A teaspoon of dried thyme, 2 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, 2 cups of uncooked white rice, and half a pound of salad shrimp. A few quick notes before we get started. My chopping job was really bad because I was kind of in a rush, so please take your time if you can. I'm using way more sausage than the recipe calls for. I don't think I'm going to be using that kind of sausage for anything else, so I figured I might as well toss it all in for extra flavor. Along with the bacon for the jambalaya, I'm going to be cooking the rest of the bacon in the pack that I use, just so it doesn't go to waste. Finally, I'm not super great at cooking with chicken since I don't use it super often, but I decided to flatten it a little bit just to be safe. If you have a handy dandy hammer like I do, you can always just like wham, Mjolnir it. Can you put like lightning when I swing it down? Actually, I'm not that good at it. What? What do I even pay you for that? Okay, let's get started. So first, you're gonna add your bacon slices into the big pot. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm also gonna be cooking the extra bacon strips in a separate pan. We're gonna add in the vegetables next, but before we do, I wanted to mention that the comments suggest we also add the rice in with the vegetables instead of later, so I'm gonna try it out this time since I don't think I went that way last time.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, our bacon is done, so I've used a slotted spoon to take it out and set it aside. And for good measure, I poured in the grease from the extra bacon on the side into the regular pot. So hopefully that was a good move. Now we're gonna put in the vegetables and the rice. This is already smelling really good. So once these vegetables are tender, we're pretty much going to be throwing in everything else. So we're just going to stir it for a bit. Now that the veggies are pretty much tender, we're going to throw in everything except for the bacon and the shrimp. Now that almost everything's in, we're going to bring this to a boil. After this comes to a boil, we're going to bring the heat to low, cover, and simmer for 20 minutes. While it simmers, I'm guessing it's probably going to be a good idea to stir it occasionally, just to make sure the rice and everything doesn't stick to the bottom.
"20 minutes later."
Alright, looks like the timer's done. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Looks beautiful. Looks so perfect. She looks so perfect sitting there. She's a pot of jambalaya, warm and fair. Alright, now we're gonna stir in the shrimp and the bacon. Since the shrimp is still uncooked, we're gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes or so. The shrimp is almost done, but before it finishes cooking, we should probably add one last thing. That's right, some good old cumin. Told you I put it in literally everything I cook. Alright, looks like our shrimp should be just about done now. I think I'm gonna make myself a little bowl and see how this turned out.